Bit of a damp affair over the Copa America as Colombia and Venezuela battled out to a 0-0 draw. But there was a small case of red mist. We'll tell you about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, looking back at, of course, at the Group A encounter between Colombia and Venezuela over in the Copa America. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, wave in, boys, smash your subscribe button, get your bang up to date with all things Copa America related, Black and Rose related, whoa, football related. We're going to know here, boys. I know one Rooskies, that's right, boys and girls. 0-0 draw over in the Estadio Olimpico Pedro Ludovicio over in Brazil. That's right, in the Copa America. But ultimately, 0-0 draw. Rich really doesn't really get their pulses racing, but we'll tell you all about it, of course, in just a second. If you're new, where you been, boys, smash your subscribe button, bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers, you got it. Smash up the old patrons as well, so check all those suckers out in the old description. So here we go, kick it all back then, shall we? Take a look at this exciting thriller down in Brazil. Here we go, kick it all off with a bit of the stats then, shall we? Of course, late in the game, Luis Diaz got himself sent off. He couldn't even get himself sent off early to make it even a little bit spicy, but to little no avail. Colombia down to 10 men at the end. He will not be a part of the next game, but ultimately Venezuela couldn't take advantage of that one-man advantage because it was pretty much game over at the end of it. So he got himself sent off. Prior to that, it was a one-sided affair. Look at it. Absolutely criminal statistics there. 23 shots for the Colombians. 8 of that was on target, so you could probably say get your bloody shooting boots on. Of course, if you do your maths quick, if I could do my maths quick, it would be 12, 15 shots off target. That is terrible. 65% possession though for Colombia. 564 passes compared to 301 for Venezuela. 89% success rate with the passing as well. 72% for Venezuela as well. They only had 2 shots, but guess what? They'll take that point to the bag and move on to the next one. That's right. They're up and at them. First point of the ball for Venezuela. Of course, Colombia remain unbeaten after 2 games so far. And as of right here, right now, officially they're top of the group. But of course, Brazil are playing. And I can tell you right now, they are winning as of recording. But yes, that red card will haunt them a little bit going into the next round. Of course, they'll have to adapt and change up their team to reflect that change. But yeah, hey, it's not brilliant. It's not savoury, but they're fine. They've got the point in the bag. And again, they remain unbeaten, and it looks closer to getting themselves officially over in this ridiculous qualifying campaign where there's 5 people in the group and 4 of them go through. So you need to be absolutely diabolical if you're not going to get through. Right here, right now, Venezuela can still fall in that category with just that 1 point. We're going to have to see how Ecuador, Peru get on later. Well, currently, of course, Peru are losing. So, quick look at the shot grid right here, right now. Of course, the light blue is Colombia. That's right. And the red, of course, will be Venezuela. Long shots. Look at this incredibly long shot here. But ultimately, it was Colombia's to lose, and they screwed it all up in the end. They peppered them, peppered them immensely, but ultimately they couldn't get over the line. Let's take a little look at the heat maps then. This is Colombia's action, of course, coming down the left and right hand side, preferring to come down the flanks than the middle. Of course, a lot of the grass was covered by the Colombians today, but they just couldn't find the ball in the back of the net. Let's take a look at the Venezuelans there. Of course, poor keeper being buried at the back there. No room for error. And of course, he was on tip-top form, of course, keeping them at bay for a whole plethora of their shots. Left back was very busy as well, coming up and down, trying to keep them coming from their own left-hand side, and of course Colombia's right-hand side. And again, not much coverage further forward, as you can see. Touch maps, here we go. Colombia's touch map. Again, it just shows you down the left and down the right. A little bit in the middle here, of course, trying to control the play, but they couldn't unlock the defence. And as you can see, the defence played very wise. We'll take a look at, of course, their match ratings in just a second after I give you the lineups. Yep, keeper was busy. Yep, fair play Venezuela. They held on tight for the 3 points, or at least the point anyway, and of course get a little bit closer to maybe just sticking around for the next round. They'll be at least in 3rd spot at the end of this, as of course if Peru fail to beat Brazil. Take a look at the starting lineups then, shall we? Here we go, kicking it all off with Colombia. That's right, of course, David Ospina between sticks, William Tresilo, Davidson Sanchez, Jerry Mina, Daniel Munez make up a back 4 with Edwin Cordado on the right, Uribe and Barrios down the middle, Zapata and Muriel up top. Of course, take a look at Venezuela coming at you with William Farinez between the sticks, Cumana Gonzalez as your fullbacks. Again, those are the guys that were coming up and down the left-hand side. Luis Mago, Luis Martinez and Francesco Lamunita as well, with Casillas Jr. on the left, Jose Martinez on the right. Manzano Marino in the middle with Agrestina up top. Take a look at the subs then, shall we? Any Morelos action? No Morelos. This is your Colombian substitutions. There is Luis Diaz. He did come on 61st minute, but of course got a straight red card and he packed his bag. Miriam Boria as well with Yamilton Capanes getting some game time as well. As for Venezuela, of course, Edison Castillo coming on, Yangel Guerrera, Ronald Hernandez, and Sergio Cordova coming on for some action as well. Take a quick look at the formations then, shall we? Of course, 4-4-2 for Colombia with a 5-4-1 for Venezuela. The man of the match, according to these guys, was Juan Cardado with an 8.4 rated. The keeper, in fact, scrap that, spit it all out, and of course, take a look at the goalkeeper, 9.4. Goodness gracious me, without him in there, it could have been an absolute battering, but fair play to them. Fair play to the back line as well, with L.A. Martinez with a 7.5 as well, so doing his defence a little bit of hard work, but ultimately Wilkina Farinez keeping him at bay. On the flip side, 7.6 for Duvan Zapata, and of course Juan Cardado with an 8.4. The average age, though, of course, of the Venezuelans, of course, 26.7 compared to a 29.2 of the Colombians here. Take a look at the table as of right here, right now. Of course, Brazil are in action and they are winning, and that's changed a little bit from the graphic, but it is. I had to rip that just a minute ago. Of course, Colombia in second with their 4 points, unbeaten so far. Peru are third at the moment, but not really. Of course, Venezuela are up there with the point. Of course, next up for Venezuela is Ecuador on the 21st of June, so no rest for the wicked there. And of course, Colombia take on Peru as well. Brazil will have the day off. It is looking nailed on that Brazil and Colombia will get through to the knockout stages. It's all to do, though, with those lower three, Peru, Venezuela, and Ecuador at the moment. Let's take a look at the quick look at the odds then, shall we? Right here, right now, Colombia are 8-1 to lift the trophy. That's a quite close shot. I'm sure Brazil are going to be ridiculously close, as are Argentina. As for Venezuela, 151, second underdogs behind Bolivia as well. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that game. Of course, do you think they have any hope in heck at getting anything out of this, Venezuela? Do you think they can upset the apple cart and make the knockout stages? What about Colombia? Can they actually be contenders? Of course, when we get to the knockout stages, it's anybody's guess as to who will come out on top, if there's any penalties and stuff like that. So you just don't know. But for me, it looks like Brazil are going to run away with this group, and of course, it looks like they're going to run away with the title at the moment. But hopefully, there might be a bit of an upset along the way. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. We'll do it all again, of course, when we head to match number 3, and of course, with Brazil the weekend off. Until then, give the video some more, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. I'll check you out soon for the next one. Until then, I am out.